In this video, we'll look into operating system. Operating system. The user doesn't directly interact with the hardware. User interacts with the operating system through the programs. The programs may be application programs or system programs, and the operating system interacts with the hardware. So the user doesn't directly interact with the hardware, but the user interacts with the operating system and the operating system interacts with the hardware. Now, let us see some features of the operating system. Operating system is a system software that manages the resources. The resources may be hardware, software, and applications of the computer. So, operating system is a system software that manages the resources of the computer. Whatever the resources may be, operating system manages those resources. Operating system acts as an intermediary between user and computer hardware. The user doesn't directly interact with the computer hardware, but operating system acts as an intermediary between user and computer hardware. The user interacts with the operating system and the operating system interacts with the computer hardware. Operating system loads the application program to memory and allocates it to CPU. Operating system manages the security of the system also. So it manages the system security. Examples of operating system are Microsoft Windows, Macintosh, Unix, Linux, iOS, Android, etc. Now we'll look into how user interacts with the operating system. What are the user interfaces? Ways the user interacts with the operating system. So first of all, it is through graphical user interface, which is also called GUI, with the help of graphics and icons. So the user may click the graphic or icon using their mouse or keyboard and interacts with the operating system. The input devices are mouse and keyboard. Next is through touchscreen GUI. It is the same as GUI, but fingers or stylus is used to operate. Examples are mobile phones. There will be stylus attached to a mobile phone which you can use to operate the mobile phone, or you can use the fingers to operate the mobile phone. So through touch screen, the user interacts with the operating system. Through command line interface, in this case user has to type instructions. The input device in this case is keyboard. Through voice, example Siri for iPhone and other voice commands for other phones. Now we look into functions of operating system. Process management function. Operating system has to manage multiple processes that are running by wisely allocating CPU among processes so that the tasks are completed in minimum time. So when multiple processes are running, the CPU time has to be allocated wisely by the operating system. So this is the process management function that operating system performs so that the tasks are completed in minimum time. Memory management. Operating system has to allocate memory between processes and free memory when not required by a process. So a process may be running and a process may be idle at some point of time. So when the process is idle, then the operating system has to remove the memory from it or free memory from it, and whatever processes are running, the operating system has to allocate memory to those processes. So this management of memory is done by the operating system. And then the security management. Operating system has to see that authorized users access the applications. So when an unauthorized user access the application, there will be an issue with the security. So operating system manages this security by using the passwords. Passwords help in performing this function. So operating systems, with the help of the passwords, manage the security so that only authorized users access the applications, whether it's the resources or whether it's the files or whatever the applications has been used will be used only by the authorized users and not by unauthorized users. The next function of the operating system is storage management. Operating system manages storage resources to improve performance. It optimizes storage resources. It helps to protect the data integrity. By optimizing the storage resources, it helps to protect the data integrity. Resource management. Operating system manages the resources between processes. Operating system has to dynamically allocate and deallocate the resources between processes as required. So some processes may be idle and may not require the resources. At that point of time, operating system has to deallocate the resources for that process, and whichever process is running and require the resource, operating system has to dynamically allocate that resource to that process. So this resource management is done by the operating system. Now let us look into the types of operating system. Real-time operating system. The response time is very quick in case of real-time operating system. The input is processed and output given very fast. Time sharing operating system. Multiple tasks get equal opportunity and each user gets CPU time as if using a single system. These are also called multitasking systems. So they share the time of the CPU between multiple processes and manage that CPU time. So this is the time sharing operating system. Batch operating system. The operator groups similar jobs into batches and send to the computer. The operating system does not directly interact with the computer. So it will create batches of the jobs and will be sent to the computer instead of operating system directly reacting with the interacting with the computer. These batches of jobs will be sent to the computer, so they will interact with the computer. The next type of operating system is distributed operating system. In this type of operating system, various computers which are connected communicate with each other. Remote access is possible in distributed operating system. Network operating system. Many clients are connected to the server and share resources over a private network. So here it's a server client system where many clients are connected to the server and share resources, and it is a private network.